Well, it's that time of year again. The leaves are turning colors, the southwest winds are blowing, the water levels are dropping, the temperatures are also falling. It's time to get jet lag ready to come out of the water. And welcome aboard Jetlag. Well, it's that time of year, time to get the oil changed, get the water system winterized, and put Jetlag to bed for about 5 months until spring 2026. Now, this is a quick oil change video. Just like your Christmas lights, no matter how well you put this thing away year after year, when you go to use it, everything's always tangled. Now keep in mind, this is how I do my boat, but always read your owner's manual so you get your manufacturer's recommendations on how to change the oil in your boat. Now the first thing I want to do is put this oil extractor in a place where it's going to stay put and not slide around. Don't ask me how I know that, but always make sure it's somewhere it's not going to slide, but the tubing to go down the dipsticks will reach from one place. You don't have to move it, but it's steady and secure. If we have the oil extractor in place, we simply attach the leads to the battery for power. The engine's had already been warmed up. The oil is hot. That's the best way to extract it. Stick the tube down into the dipstick, and in about 3 to 5 minutes, all the oil will be out. Now, when the oil's out of the one engine, I always like to switch right over to the next engine. There's plenty of capacity in this oil extractor to do 2 engines. Once the oil has been extracted from both engines, I like to go back to the first engine that I did, just in case any more oil has drained down into the pan. That way you get as much of the used oil out as possible. Here's another little trick I like to do when I take the oil filters off. Is double bag, couple of plastic bags. Any mess, any oil drippage will go right into there. Here's one I've done. I've pulled it off. That also gives me a chance to look at the filter and make sure that I have pulled the rubber gasket off. Once I have the filter in the bag, it's quick and easy to take the oil extractor, pull any excess oil out of that oil filter before it's disposed of properly. time to inspect to make sure that the rubber gasket off the old filter did come off after verifying that when I took the filter itself off. Just a double check I like to do. I also like to fill the gasket of the next one just to make sure there's no gaps in it. Then we'll add a little bit of fresh oil on that just to keep it lubricated. Ready to put the filter back on, simply snug it up, 1/4 turn by hand, not by wrench. That wrench is simply there. There's channel locks to take that filter off. Now it's time to start the engines and check for leaks. Like a beautiful day on this Monday to pull the boat out of the water. On Sunday, we had over 1 inch of rain and gale force wind, and the marina water dropped 2 feet. It's Jetlag's turn. Time to back her out of the dock and take her to the lift. This is a sad time of year for any boater. This view is a whole lot better in the springtime. Always have to power wash the muck off the bottom of the boat. Thanks, Jacob. You did a great job. And Jetlag's inside in her heated storage space. I love heated storage. This is only the second year I've done heated storage. This allows me to start working on the boat, prepping for 2026. Now the freshwater tank was empty prior to bringing the boat up to the building. However, I like to also use a small air compressor to blow the water out of the lines. This is an adapter I picked up on Amazon. I simply attach it to the dock water, turn on the compressor at about 25 psi so we don't damage the water lines, and simply blow the water out of the water lines. Now, since the boat's in heated storage, I do not have to add any RV antifreeze to the water system. I open each faucet and continue to blow air through the lines until there's no water coming out at all, only air. Another thing I like to do is to run descaler through the air conditioning system in reverse. This is a little setup I made using a 12-volt bilge pump that runs the descaling fluid through the water discharge in reverse flow through the air conditioner, through the line, through the strainer, and out the bottom of the boat, which is normally the pickup. This gets a lot of mud and debris out of the lines, keeps your air conditioner working at maximum every year, especially since this is air conditioner's only a year old. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I have a trip to Clinton Bay and Kelly's Island to come.